Well, hey guys, hi, Brent Abel here, WebTennis.com, and I've got a little tip for you today on when we serve and stay back as opposed to serve and volley. And, we all know that, and let me back up just a hair, we've got Brian Cheney right here, the number one player in the United States in the men's 65 age group. And what I want to show you here is his version and what I think you should be thinking about in terms of serve and stay back. And when we think of serve and volley, we place this toss here out in front enough so that when we land in the court, it helps bring us in a series of steps on up to the net. But the serve and stay back, what I see way too often is this toss is either behind the baseline here or on top of it. And what happens is you lose a lot of natural swing speed with the toss in that position where it's not out in front. And what I want to show you here with Brian is what he does. This is a serve and stay back. And I want you to look at where he ends up, okay? And I know what you're probably thinking. You're probably thinking, well, geez, what if my opponent, crushes the return back here? Isn't it right at my feet? And two things. Number one, if this return is going to be deep, I'm telling you what's going to happen here. Brian is, first of all, he's already identified that it's not going to be deep. It's going to be short, where he can go ahead and take charge of the point right now. But even if this were to be landing back in here, Brian would be in perfect position to play a transitional volley from right here and do whatever he wants to do. He could either move forward or else he could just go ahead and play the volley and stay back. But thing number two is the reality of your opponent being able to consistently take that serve of yours and return it deep right here is just not a reality, I guess, for lack of a better term. So what I want you to take from this is that when you decide to serve and stay back, I want that toss of yours out in front far enough so that you end up right here in the court and you're looking to take charge instantly off of that return. Now, this is just a sample video I did in one of my courses, in one of my serve courses. And this is, this is a serve and stay back. Now, my toss is far enough out in front to where it brings me into the court. Now, I'm not as far in as Brian gets on this, but this is really the same thing in terms of I just don't believe my opponent is going to consistently, pepper that return deep back here to my feet. And so sure enough, what happens, I played a good serve to the body and the return is short, and now I'm looking to get in early, play this approach up the line, and, now I'm in charge of the point. Okay, here's another example of Brian with the serve and stay back. And here it is. I mean, again, obviously this is not a serve and volley. He's putting the brakes on here. But, he's got that toss far enough out in front in the serve that it carries him in, and he gets a much higher quality serve because of that. And so again, here it is. He gets the ball, plays the approach, the volley, and then the lob, and thank you very much. So guys, Brent Abel back here with you, and I've got, as it says right in front of you, a limited time instructional package offer. And what I've got for you are 4 courses. Number one is probably my most popular course I've got, is my first serve consistency course, making sure that you're not thinking that this is always a completely flat first serve, that you've got a little bit of spin on that first serve so that you can make it consistent and not have to deal with that second serve. And yet if you do, we want to make sure that that second serve has got some high bounce for you, and that really puts you in charge of the point if you need to play that second serve. Course number 3 is a short ball drop shot. And what you saw in this video tip with the serve and stay back, that you've now got an option on that serve and stay back, where when you get a short ball, rather than playing an approach, you could make it look like an approach and be able to play a drop shot. And then course number 4, kind of an unusual course. It's a 30-minute private one-on-one coaching call with me where we can talk about whatever you want, whether it's stroke technique, strategies, the mental game, whatever it is. This is an opportunity for you to get in the phone with me. We'll spend half an hour, discussing anything you want. I've got 2 price options for you. Number 1 is if you just want to buy course number 1, which is the first serve consistency course. It's $87. It's normally $97. And then price option number 2 is $97 for all 4 courses. You're going to get that first serve consistency course, the second serve high bounce, the short ball drop shot, and then that 30-minute private coaching call with me. The entire value of this package, option number 2, is around $250. One caveat is that this is going to be a limited time offer until this Friday night, midnight, July 17th. So if you've got any interest in upgrading your first, your second serve, really getting to know how to be able to play a drop shot off that short ball, and then be able to spend 30 minutes with me on a private one-on-one coaching call, go ahead, click that option number 2 below, and make sure you do it before this Friday at midnight. All right, get out there, of course, and make it another great day.